Well, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your June the 16th, 2026. Wrapping up our Tuesday with cloudy skies, and we had some rains in the area. Most of it was down toward the metro Atlanta area. Had a little rain in Gainesville as well, but again, a lot of North Georgia kind of missed this. Just a lot of clouds out there. Now, the big breaking weather story here for today has got to be what's brewing out in the tropics. We're likely to have our first named storm Arthur by tomorrow, and will likely have an impact on our weather as we go into Thursday and Friday. To what degree still remains to be seen, but we're going to break it all down for you here on this update. Now, before we get rolling, if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me quickly introduce myself as your personal weatherman. I'd love for you to hire me. I'm on a mission to build a professional weather channel, which, of course, costs a little bit of money. And it's all about subscribers when you're trying to attract potential advertisers and sponsors. So you can help us out. It doesn't cost you anything. Just please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted on all future weather updates, just like this one or any special live severe weather coverage we will do when it's warranted. All right, let's go ahead and get into this update, shall we, as we're taking a live look there in Dahlonega. We got a few breaks in the clouds here. A little sunshine peeking through there, but there's still a lot of clouds in the area for that part of Georgia. And down here toward Brazelton, yeah, it's a little more gray down this way. The further south you go, the thicker the clouds are. And that's what we were kind of anticipating here for today. Temperatures definitely being kept down by the rain. Look at these down here toward Atlanta, still holding on to the 60s down here, but you got mid-70s up toward Lafayette and 71 there in Clayton, and looking at 73 there in Dahlonega. So temperatures definitely being kept down. Not going to get overly warm for today, but tomorrow, different story. We're going to get some sunshine back in here and a warmer day ahead for your Wednesday. Radar again showing where that rain is definitely favoring basically south of Interstate 20 there. You notice a lot of North Georgia. You're looking pretty good here for the rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see a better day for tomorrow for you to enjoy. Now, we're tracking what's going on in here. We got a lot of moisture. A lot of this rain is what we call training over the same ground. So we got numerous flood watches and as well as warnings out there. And our low is starting to emerge here. This little circulation just off the Texas coast. Now, how far out in the Gulf does it get? And how organized it get will be a factor we got to watch. It's not anticipated to become a major system. In other words, they're not expecting this thing to become a hurricane or anything like that. It'll be probably a minimal tropical storm. Again, here's the infrared imagery as we kind of watch to see the showers and thunderstorms around the center of circulation. But look at all this in here. Boy, just a lot of heavy rains before the storm even arrives. So flooding is going to be a major problem there across Louisiana, Mississippi, for sure, as we go over the next day or so. So here's the official track for this potential tropical cyclone. Again, not officially a storm just yet, but we are anticipating it to become a tropical storm as we get into tomorrow. Officially looking at that track there by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we are looking at a tropical storm. And then by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, making landfall up around the Texas-Louisiana coast there as we go into tomorrow evening. As it moves inland, that's where the question marks will begin, because on how far north it gets will dictate on how much rain we'll see across North Georgia. So it's the track is going to be everything on this. And once we get an organized low and the Hurricane Hunter aircraft are able to go out there and get its data, not to mention there'll probably be additional weather balloon soundings that'll be issued to get additional data into the models, we'll get a better idea of what to expect with this storm as it moves up our way. So here's where the current watches and warnings up. Again, we do have the tropical storm watches up here along the coast there of Texas and Louisiana. And obviously we got all that green. That is your flash flood watches that are up from Texas back over to Mississippi. We eventually will see some sort of watches here across Alabama and Georgia. I'm pretty certain of that. We'll get that probably issued as we go Wednesday night and going into Thursday as we anticipate this stuff starting to come our way going into your Thursday. So looking at your excessive rain outlook here, this is today's outlook. Obviously, they've been seeing a lot of heavy rain down there already. Again, that's for today. Tomorrow, it'll be kind of focused there on the Gulf Coast as the storm system gets closer to making landfall. And then we'll turn into Thursday. Thursday's the big day there. Again, you can kind of see all of North Georgia there under the yellow. The question is this red track shift north or not? That's going to be what we're going to watch here to see. You see a little bit of that a moderate flooding threat here getting near LaGrange and Columbus, but all of North Georgia here generally under that 15% of seeing some localized flooding. Again, the track will be critical, and we'll be watching that closely for additional model runs as we get closer to this thing. All right, on top of that, we do have severe weather component with the storm. Obviously, you get a landfalling tropical system. You got to watch out for that. Right now, nothing major. We got a marginal severe rest down along the Gulf Coast just from that old front down that way right now. And as we go in for Wednesday, again, that'll be predominantly there along the Gulf Coast down in Louisiana. And then going into Thursday, bammo, all of North Georgia kind of getting out of the gun here with that. This yellow up here is actually with a frontal system up to the north here. That's actually going to help kind of accelerate what's left of what should be Arthur out of the southeast. The good news is it's moving, so it's not going to stall or anything like that, which is good. It's just a question of the exact path and how much rain we're going to get. That's the question mark. So as we take a look at our regional forecast model here, we're looking at the rapid refresh. This one does favor a southerly trajectory. I'm sorry, no, this is the NAM. This is the NAM one. This is a little bit further to north here. So let me back this up for you once again. Sorry, this is the NAM one here. All right, so this is showing a little bit of more northerly look here with this system. So here it comes. Again, we're watching down here. Watch down. This is our storm down here as it gets close to landfall. Watch what it does as it moves northward. All right, and it does. This brings the rain further north into Alabama and Georgia as it gets to the end of its run. So this is tracking a little bit further north. That's the NAM one. Now, as I take a look at the rapid refresh model for that one for a comparison here, and we back this up, you'll see this one is definitely more southerly. All right, so it's more southerly. So we got question marks out there. Which one is it going to be? So it'll be the northern trajectory. Is it going to be a little more southerly and the heavier rain stay further away from us? So I'm not going to post any kind of rain totals just yet officially until we start seeing Hurricane Hunter aircraft data get into this thing. We get that low-level circulation identified here. So tomorrow morning, I think we'll get a better idea of what potential rainfall total is going to be. Whatever it's going to be, I think at minimum 1 to 2 inches across North Georgia. But if the track's further north, we could see localized areas into Georgia getting closer to 6 inches. So again, we'll watch this very religiously here over the next 24 to 48 hours. So again, what's going to be driving this thing is we do have a frontal system that's dropping down to the south here that's going to basically pick up our storm and accelerate it here across the southeast as we go through the next couple of days. And the good news is by the weekend, we're not looking bad, folks. Weekend is actually looking pretty decent. All right, so here's the forecast here for tomorrow. 85, 65 there in Gainesville. We'll have sunshine back in the area. May have some morning clouds. Isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm. I think most of that's going to be down near Atlanta again and down to the south. Most of North Georgia should stay quiet. Here's your morning lows here for your Wednesday morning. Again, comfortable, but definitely noticing the dew points coming up. The fact that these overnight lows are coming up in the 60s and 70s, but still holding on to some low 60s up across northeast Georgia there as we go in through the day for tomorrow. And as we go forward here throughout the day, we'll go check out your afternoon highs. Clearly picking up, trying to pick up some scattered storms there across the Atlanta metro area there. But look at here, mid 80s back in here. Here's 83 Dahlonega, 80 up in Clayton. So again, looking at still temperatures running a little bit below normal or close to average for this time of year heading in for tomorrow. Looking at your regional temperatures like this here for your afternoon highs. Again, some scattered storms all across the southeast. Nobody really overly hot. Still got some 90s over there toward Little Rock, and they got some over here in the Carolinas. But a lot of the south here obviously being kept down with the clouds and the rainfall with a lot of 80s and 70s out there. Here we go for the next 7 days. Here we go. Okay, so we're okay for tomorrow. We'll see some morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, maybe a isolated chance of a shower. Good rain chances there on Thursday and Friday. Those will probably get tweaked a little bit depending on the exact timing on everything. Weekend right now, not looking bad. Mid-80s, mid-60s, pretty good. And then rain chances kind of tick back up again going to Monday and Tuesday next week as we track another cold front coming down into the area. Now, with the potential for heavy rains moving our way, here's a good way for you to track along. We offer a free weather app. Yeah, it's free. There for the Apple Store and for Google Play. So for you Apple users there, the QR code's there on top. For you Android users, the QR code's there on the bottom. Go ahead and put that in, or you can do a search, North Georgia Majestic Weather. This is a great weather app, by the way. It's one of the best in the business. It'll alert you when rain's nearby, lightning's nearby, severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecast, a future cast to kind of see where that rain is going. Great tool, and this is sponsored by our friends at Roof It Forward over there in Woodstock, Georgia. Hey, if you do need a roof, a good quality roof, these guys will do it for you. Not to mention they give a portion of each job back to a local children's charity. So a win-win all around. Check those guys out there in Woodstock. So again, appreciate you guys checking us out. A little bit longer update than we typically do here on our YouTube channel. But again, we will probably be kicking into special severe weather mode where I do just dedicated updates on just the storm once it's officially named. So look for those updates here, and we will be telling you specifically what you can expect for North Georgia. We are a local channel, not a national one. So any of you guys here across the Southeast or in Georgia specifically want to stay on top of this with a no-nonsense approach that'll give you the straight information without being hyperventilating about it, please consider subscribing to our channel and just make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted on all future weather updates. All right, that's it for today. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow or later today. You guys take it easy. Bye-bye.